Hello, people. This is Roslyn from Rasiko World with another episode of Workplace Conversations. As you well know, I'm very passionate about changing the narrative of the workplace. My main aim is to have a healthy workforce that wakes up every morning looking forward to going to work and maximizing on their potential as compared to a workforce that literally drags themselves to the workplace to do that work for the sake of just paying bills. So last week we were comparing the differences between waking up to go to work for the sake of it and having to enjoy your work. And we saw that the difference lies in passion. We were told by Wakili that passion is key for you to enjoy your career. So today I come with a continuation of last week and I want to look at some of the reasons why people don't enjoy their work, their job. And I went out and I did a research. I talked to people and I just wanted, it was like a fact finding mission. I just wanted to see, to know what is this that makes people not enjoy their work, their work. And I picked five that came out strongly. And to start us off is people observed that they don't enjoy their work because they don't have the skill. They lack the skill for the job. If you lack the skill to execute a task, it becomes very difficult for you. I'm just imagining like you walk into a bakery. This is an example. You walk into a bakery and you are told to bake a cake and you have never baked a cake before. So and you're supposed to deliver to bake a cake for people to eat. So it is the same way. So people are given tasks and there is nobody to orient them, there's nobody to show them the way. They're supposed to find their way around the task. So to curb these manners, I thought that if an employer is giving an employee a job, they should have somebody to guide them, like an on job training, whereby somebody is doing the job, but under the supervision of somebody who already knows the task. And this way, somebody will enjoy doing the task that has been given to them. I know of organizations that that organize capacity building workshops for the workforce. So you can also take advantage of such capacity building workshops to enrich your skills. Better still, you can decide to go to college and study to get the skills for the job so that you have a certificate, a diploma, a degree in the same, and it won't be difficult. So you'll be doing something that you actually know and you enjoy it. Another thing that came out strongly is that people are redundant at the workplace. By this, I mean that people have been doing the same thing over and over again. I know of people who have been doing the same work for years, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years. Like it is a routine. You can even do the work while you've closed your eyes and you'll actually get the job done. So for redundancy, I came up with a solution that you can talk to your supervisor and ask them to change you a department. If your organization is big, to go to a different department and show your skills there. Or if you're in the same department, there are different branches of the same department. For example, I have a background in human resource. In human resource, we have different branches. So like today you'd find me, I'm working in the registry, in the human resource registry where we are dealing with files. Tomorrow I'll be taken to trainings, and the other time I can be taken to the remunerations. So you don't have just to stay in one doing the same thing year in, year out. And also, you can continue applying for jobs so that you go to other organizations and see how what is done there so that you stop being redundant. So redundant can be, if you're redundant, it can be very frustrating for you. And I know it can be difficult just waking up to go and do a routine. Another thing that came out strongly is that people have poor attitudes towards their job. You see, you must have the right attitude in order to execute a job. And having the correct attitude has to be very intentional. It cannot come from anybody else. It has to come from the employee. So you have to cultivate a culture of having the right attitude while doing your work. You have to be intentional that, for example, if you're in the front office, you have to be intentional that today, as I serve the clients, I will smile. I will not be gloomy. I will smile. You must carry the right energy. You must be intentional about being positive and not negative. Like looking, people are always looking at the negative side of what they do. Oh, this job is frustrating. I don't like it. The pay is so little. It is the workload is so much. So you can actually deviate from focusing on the negative and trying to look at the positive side of what you are doing, and these will make you enjoy your work. Then another thing that also came out strongly, number 4, is that sometimes the working environment can be very toxic. Hey, I've been there. Working in a toxic working environment is not easy. It can drain you emotionally, mentally. It can drain, like, hey, I don't know if there is anybody who has ever worked in a toxic working environment. So how do we get out of these toxic scenes? Personally, I say I like protecting my space, and probably you can do the same by just avoiding toxic people, running away from toxic conversation. If you know, if somebody, if persona A comes here, all they do is negative, all they carry are negative vibes. Why not stay away from persona A? If you know that, if you around some people that it is just toxic vibes that they do, why don't you stay away from such situations? You have to protect your space, because at the end of the day, it is you. So normally, in there's an office I used to work in. I used to see people work with headphones. Like, you just buy headphones and you put on your head. So like, when you're working on your computer, the headphones like freeze the noise. So if people are talking negatively or what, you are not concerned. Hiyo ni yao. So that is, you can do it, but mostly walk away from toxic people, walk away from toxic environments, stay away, protect your peace, put boundaries around you when it comes to toxicity, that word. And then lastly for today, apart from what happens in the work environment, at the end of the day, you see, most people work for 8 hours, 8 to 5. At the end of the day, you'll find out that the pressure of the work is taking a toll on you, and people never take time to unwind or debrief. So it is always important at the end of the day you debrief your mind from the pressures of the day, from the pressures of the work. So there are several ways people debrief at the end of the day. Some people read books. They are book fanatics. So you'll just take a book, inspirational books or whatever books that you love reading, and read to take away the pressure. Other people will go for coffee. Other people will go for drives. Other people will go for walks. Other people will go to church for spiritual nourishment. Other people will cook. Yani, just doing something that you love that will take away the pressure of the day from you. Other people will go to the gym and exercise. There are so many things that you you can use to debrief at the end of the day. And also, there are some organizations that are kind enough to take their employees for debriefing sessions at the end of the year in mid-year, so that they can take away the pressure away from work. So if you are such organizations, good for you. If you're not in such organization, you can always find ways around that you can use to unwind or debrief your mind from the pressure of the works. I know working from 8 to 5 every day, Monday to Friday, can take a toll on you. It can have a lot of pressure on you, but you must always find ways in which you can debrief from the pressures of the work. So that is all I had for you today. And remember, to get this and more, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Rasiko World. While there, you don't just watch and leave. You like, leave a comment. Let's see the reactions you have towards our videos. And thank you so much for having your time to listen to me. Love you so much. Till the next video. Bye bye.